Hello mate. Today we're going to be watching a video by Sleep is Cancelled. Now this is Goose Pimple's second channel, and what a channel. The video is titled Everyone's Losing Their Minds Over This Clip. I watched the clip. My mind is gone. If you like the video, do me a favour, like the video, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace. New channel. Sleep is Cancelled. Well, I mean, we say it's new, but it's Goose Pimple's second channel. Also, talking to Goose Pimples, mate, I was talking to him the other day on Twitter, trying to convince him to come on a ghost hunt with me. So tag him in the comments, tag Sleep is Cancelled, tag Goose Pimples, and let's see if we can get him to come on a ghost hunt with me. Because I think that would make for a sick video.
Hold up.
Let's go. I got high hopes for this one.
You were a kid, and everyone around you had some kind of spooky legend surrounding a haunted house. All the dares used to spend the night stuck in an abandoned house, supposedly brimming with everyone.
Mate, do you know what the worst thing is, right? My childhood best friend growing up, mate, I used to stay at his house all the time, and he had these like beads. I don't know what they were. Like you used to have to walk through them to get through the door, and mate, they were like nailed into the wall. They were up there for like 15 years, no issues, right? And we're all sitting there, we're all talking about ghosts, and we're watching scary stuff and this and that. Next minute, the beads come flying off the door, mate. Look, coincidence or no coincidence, they were up there with zero issues, 15 years plus, probably more. And then what?
Worst nightmares.
End up on the floor, mate, talking about ghosts.
This guy over on Blessed Bar TV decided to take those dares well into adulthood. And he didn't just
stay hydrated
overnight. He stayed for a whole week. He did a full 7 days, shacked up with the ghoulies and ghosties of an old faded building.
With the ghoulies.
And it's not going to be a surprise to you that he had an absolutely hair-raising terrible time. To make things even worse,
mate,
somehow there's a creep.
Oh, I thought maybe we'll get away with it. We always see this stupid turd of a face as well. Whoa! Didn't see that one. Wish I'd never had. Anyway. I don't even know what I was going to say now, mate. I'm just, whatever.
Doll involved. Just watching.
Oh, yeah.
In the kitchen.
I would never commit, mate, to 7 days. I barely commit to going in for 15 minutes.
Table.
What are we talking about?
A ver si enfoca esto.
Right. Wait, is this? What is this? What is?
Ahí está.
We're saying there it is.
According
is it
to
a doll?
Him, whatever entity lurks inside the house responds aggressively, and he thinks.
I'll be so real, mate. I'm so not with this. I don't like the faces, mate, and this is
hellspawn. I mean, doll.
Goosey P, mate. You need
something to do with it.
Rein it in a bit, all right?
Doesn't help that when
I know you're a scary channel, but
camera at the doll, it struggles to focus.
That could also be a low light issue, though.
He's on with his 6th day.
I know, obviously, it's
trying all sorts.
It's a night vision, but
to make contact. But it turns out
so many variables.
He didn't even need to bother with all of that.
I can't explain it, but I know one person who can.
Without any
Stephen at photography.
Equipment needed.
Oh, is that the little bastard on the table? I swear, I just swore too. It's tipping over again.
Hey!
Hey!
Otra vez no puede ser.
I saw something move, mate, whatever that was.
Dios mío. ¿Qué cojones está ocurriendo, por Dios? Por Dios bendito de mi alma.
I've got such a bad feeling about this video, mate. And it's a brand new channel as well. I've got mate, I've just got this weird feeling that I'm going to see something, and it's not a bit. The fucking doll is moving.
Detectó.
Oh.
Eh.
What? What?
Eh. Dios mío.
First of all, who or what opened that
Mate,
door?
I'm literally... Yeah, oh, that's what I saw. I'm
There's
literally
nowhere for
saying
anyone to hide
I've got a
in there,
bad feeling about
in the
this.
cupboard or the actual room.
Wait, hold. Where was that doll going to go? Or just, what, fall on the floor? And then what? Silly little doll.
For that matter, it's so small.
Just please don't haunt me.
And don't even get me started on the doll.
Yeah, all right,
There's
mate.
no shadows cast on or around the table or the porcelain nightmare. So what the hell happened? How did it move like that? Around in almost a perfect semicircle. When he sat down and tried to collect his thoughts after all...
Hold on. What is this, mate? What is this, like, outline? I know it's to do with lighting, right? I can see that. But why... Do you know what I mean? Like, look, it's probably nothing, but it could be something.
Mess. He realised that the whole thing might be more serious than he first thought.
Oh. And let me guess. He still stayed for the further 6 days, mate.
Dios mío.
Look, do you know...
Dios mío de mi alma.
So this entity doesn't
the way
take
that
kindly
he
to
jumps
people
back
taking
and,
advantage of themselves.
like, curls up, mate. I don't... This is really convincing.
After a while, this guy starts to lose his grip on reality, but the four walls weren't finished with him yet.
Why did he say like that? Honestly, Goosey P has got just a way with words. I can't keep saying sleep is cancelled, so we're going to say sick. S-I-C. This channel's sick. I can't take this anymore. Go on and do what we all want you to do, mate. Leave. Come on. Oh. And it just leaves the one door open that's got the fucking doll in it. Oh! He looks genuinely scared, mate. This is what I don't get.
How the hell did that happen? He springs up to investigate and ends up drawn back to the doll. He resorts to performing a basic cleansing ritual on it, covering it in holy water.
Mate, I'd cover it in holy fire. How about that?
A whole lot worse.
I'd drink it as well. I'll start floating.
Dios mío.
Keep looking at those eyes in the top right corner, mate. I need to stop. What do you mean, anyone there? What, apart from that weirdo on the table, mate? How about that?
¡Ay! ¡Hostia!
I'm not going to lie, that
Hostia.
genuinely
Hostia.
looked like he was actually pushed.
Dios mío, lo que acaba de pasarme, Dios mío.
As if it wasn't already bad enough. While he's trying to recover from that lethal
Hold on, mate.
This is what the spirit box comes out with.
Need to get the leg cam sorted, mate, because I don't know how do you say it? Mate, if there could be someone with him. However, one thing I'm going to say to you categorically, the noise came from inside where he is. It could have been him. It could have been someone else, but the noise was from there. And that push, like I want someone to tell me that didn't look like he was pushed, mate, because I think he was.
Me fastidié.
I'm here.
Fastidié, por Dios. Dios mío.
The thing is, like, no one's keeping you there, bro.
Está ahí. Lo acabo de escuchar.
Just leave, mate.
Bicho.
The entity has to be messing with him. And the worst part? he stays there for a whole other day.
Oh, why not?
It's not often that someone is able to catch a possible paranormal attack on camera. So God knows what happened after that. If you want to watch the full series of this guy sauntering around a haunted house, head on over to Blessed Bastard TV on YouTube.
Good
5.
God.
Feng Shui. Tiptoeing through an
Mate,
old
Goosey P
abandoned
just
mansion
does it, mate. He's got the
isn't normally
formula.
the pastime you think
What a
of killing
gangster.
some owls with, but the guys on Kaka Sobri Natural can't get enough of this stuff. As you might be able to imagine, the results
What are these
nothing
places,
short of
mate?
a paranormal punch.
Why do these places exist? Should we try and do that again? Why do these places exist?
In the
You
face.
see it, mate?
The first thing to have them reaching for their spare pants was this.
Mas eu acho que nós tínhamos que pegar e tentar já, tipo, fazer, sabe, o Spirit Box pra nós sair logo daqui.
What in the garlic bread was that, mate?
Calma, Besouro. Nossa, abriu a portinha.
You
It's
might
literally
already
what I
be
was thinking,
of
mate.
Strings, but they get the camera up real close and personal to the door.
Cara, eu tô com medo. Não é bicho, não tem nada. Nossa, você viu que socou, tipo, puxou a portinha assim?
Tem explicação, cara?
Porra, agora eu fiquei de cara, mano.
Is there any explanation for this?
Olha a portinha.
Yes.
Nossa, ele abriu com força.
I'm gonna go with Schboltergeist, mate. How about that?
Com força.
Because, mate, the door's not even like...
Cara, isso foi estranho.
It looked like something reached out of it, though. Or like there was some sort of like black mass nearby.
Muito poltergeist. Eu tô impressionado.
That's what I said, Poltergeist.
Ó, nem assim, ó. Ó.
I
So
mean...
starting off strong with a pretty
Look, the door is... How can we say it? Broken. Mate, it's not... the door has seen better days. So for the fact that they could have closed it and then it could have just reopened itself just because, I don't know.
Event, there's obviously no strings on the handle and nothing inside. There also doesn't seem to be any cuts we can spot in the video, so the activity can only
I mean, it
get better
opened
from here.
pretty
But
fast,
that wasn't
mate.
the only household object that the supposed spirit wasn't fancying the vibe of. In the previous episode they spent in the room, this happened.
Você viu isso?
I thought that was someone shouting, mate. I was about to lose my mind.
Você viu isso, Besouro?
Why is there a hole in the chair?
Balançou sozinho.
Is that a toilet?
Olha aqui, ó. Ó. Não, eu tô filmando aqui.
That background noise is making me feel like it's shouting, mate.
There isn't anywhere for anyone to hide off camera to shake the chair. They've given us so many full circle views of that room that we'd seen them, or their shadows somehow. They then decided that the only way to get a real lay of the land was to bust out the spirit box and trying to establish contact with whatever was there. And it didn't take very long before someone or something made it.
I love that. Someone or something. What is that in the corner? Oh,
Como
it's...
que vai andar
Don't worry.
na internet? Não aguenta.
Who are they?
Ó, escutou?
By the way, you can see something moving behind my face cam. I don't need to move. I would if it was important, but it's not.
Já tá perguntando quem é nós, cara.
It's asking who we are. Tell him your name.
Instantly ask who
My
they
name's
are,
Jeff.
which definitely isn't petrifying at all. They go on to explain
This geezer, mate,
who they
who's on
are
screen
and
now,
why they're there.
looks
But the real
terrified.
juicy bits of this conversation happen when the guys begin to unfurl the spirit's tragic history.
I caught fire.
Peguei fogo, mano. Escutou isso? Cara, vocês... Peguei fogo? Como assim? Morri assim.
Discovering that the spirit
Oh,
they were
mate.
bothering possibly passed over in one of the
Burnt
most
alive,
painful
mate.
ways possible, they both began to unravel. But before they started shaking in their boots,
That has got to be one of my biggest
they
fears.
were able
Is
to get a name.
catching
and
fire,
a bit
mate.
more context.
Oh my God, mate.
Ana.
Anna,
Falou o nome dela. Ana.
did you just say? She?
Ô, Ana.
She has a deep
ajudar
voice.
Você, Ana, mas você tem que se ajudar também. Você sabe que sozinho a gente não consegue fazer nada. Se você tá aqui ainda vivendo na casa, porque você apareceu no nosso aparelho perto do fogão, você apareceu lá perto da pia. A gente só quer entender por que você não saiu daqui ainda. Minha casa. Não pode falar. Minha casa. Ela tá pegada na casa, né?
I'm sorry. What, so you want to live in an absolute hole, mate? It's an absolute shithole. Look, I'm not even going to beep it out. That is gross, mate. Surely in the afterlife, you've got a choice. I'd be flying around. One night, I'll be in Paris. Next night, I'll be in, I don't know, North Pole. I'll be visiting Santa Claus, mate. I want to live in this dump. No thanks.
So with a name, cause of death, and the knowledge that she refuses to leave what she believes to be her own home, the pair began to realise just how dire the situation actually is and was. While still putting the spirit...
Mate, do they... Right, let's try and wrap our heads around this one. Do they, as ghosts, so they passed over, do they still experience the house as it was when they were alive, or do they experience it as it is now? Because, I mean, I can understand getting frustrated with people being in your house. If you're experiencing it as your house, it's like, bro, just get out. But if it's obviously a dump and you know it's a dump, and I don't know, because someone help me out with this. This thought is, I know what I'm trying to say. It's just not bleh.
The house reminds them that it's also capable of physical activity.
With that toilet seat, mate, whatever that is, toilet chair. The chair toilet. The toilet. Mate, that geezer is so scared. That's me in any situation. Wait, you knocked something over?
Caiu o litro do nada. Caiu o litro de cima da pia, você viu?
The bottle fell right into the sink.
Oh, cara, que sinistro, mano.
This was enough to convince the pair that perhaps they
Mate,
didn't need to
he
get
is
to the bottom
so
of the
scared,
whole
and I
story.
love it because
They ran outside to say a quick prayer and hot-footed it out of them.
he's like the
terrified
first one out.
They might come
Last
to the
one in, first one out.
same grisly end.
Faz aqui, vamos fazer oração aqui fora. Fecha aí, meu. Fecha.
Number 4. Poseidon's worst. While drinking in the sights from the seashore, this woman felt as though it couldn't get any better than sun, sea, and sand.
Jesus,
That was
yeah.
until she clocked something so odd, it's sea and sand.
Sand? Sun, sea, and stones.
That was until she clocked something so odd, it defied gravity. Check it out. The video only shows a glimmer of this supposed creature.
What in
She
the Loch Ness
swears
Monster
she
are we looking
clearly
at?
saw that it was some kind of strange underwater beast. The comments all attempt to give a logical explanation, ranging from talk of big waves, whales, sharks, or even a group of starlings. But this woman is not the only person to see something strange lurking in the water. This couple were enjoying
It doesn't
the
even
blanket
move
of
naturally,
twilight
like what?
before they saw something unexplainable.
Is that not just a person like surfing or something? Well, it's like glitching, mate. The video's not even like picking it up properly. Are we sure this is real? It has such an unnatural
Could just
movement.
be someone on
movement.
a surfboard really far out.
That's what I was saying.
But why does the figure look like it's walking on top of the waves? It looks as though the legs are moving one after the other across the sea.
I got nothing.
It didn't come any closer and vanished into the horizon. Looks like Poseidon does have some hidden creatures for us after all.
Mate, imagine that. You're sitting on the beach and you see that pop out the water and just growl, scream, whatever that noise that he just made. What do?
3.
You know what I do?
The Santorium.
I hold my breath for a long time.
The Santorium
3 to 5 working days.
In 1909, offering rooms and care to those suffering with tuberculosis.
Keep looking at those eyes, mate. It's doing my nothing.
History, it was one of the largest
trying to hide it with my hat
in the province.
It's not working.
Many ill people walked the halls throughout their time there, but eventually, when medicine advanced, the place wasn't needed anymore and closed in 1972.
Mate, make sure you subscribe to this channel, you lot, man, because obviously we're all subscribed to Goose Pimples. We all are. Subscribe to Sleep is Cancelled as well, because it's the same people. It's just a great channel. Subscribe.
Afterwards,
let's subscribe to me.
Functioned at a training centre for those with learning difficulties. But as with anything, all good things must come to an end.
If we get him to 400 million subscribers, then
from some lingering
he'll come on a ghost hunt with me.
A lot of ghost hunters who have had the Nanette Santorium on their bucket list. Paranormies was one of these very ghost hunters. Hearing about all the stories pouring out of the doors, he set up his equipment and started searching for signs of paranormal activity.
Good God.
A few of his cameras picked up on something strange.
Sorry, mute myself when I cough. Oh, Paranormies. We've heard of these lot before.
It'll make a noise.
Pretty sure we've watched a video with these lot. That red light, mate. I'm sorry. Nah.
As if the snuffling, shuffling, and glitching weren't terrifying enough, things started to get a bit more physical.
What are you talking about?
Oh my God.
When he bursts out to see who's there, he of course sees nothing. But that might be because it then all started up again, right behind him.
Oh!
Knocking at this. Oh my God.
Oh, get in the bin, you sausage.
Harry? Is that you? I heard another voice in the spirit box too.
There's obviously no one else with him, so how did that chair get knocked over? The freezer door seems to be the poltergeist's favourite place to start a ruckus, because the same thing happens again a few moments later, but this time a different item was messed with.
I keep hearing things at this door.
Hey, what are they talking about? Freezer door? Wait, is that? Mate, oh my god, I jumped so quick that I paused it. Where's the freezer? Is that the thing that he opened a minute ago? What even is that?
No way. Why did you have to go and break that?
Oh, I was about to say, did he break it?
The most part of this is that the light actually broke. The kind of equipment he's working with isn't exactly cheap. Would he really deliberately break his own property for a small moment in his video? It doesn't stop there. However,
I guess
as he
there's
becomes
potential for anyone to do anything for views.
Pacing the upstairs,
but
this happened on one of his cameras.
Hello?
Hello.
Where did I put my bag?
Oh, mate, why? What are we looking at, mate? What are we doing? That looks like an interview room. The doll's falling over, mate. Has it fallen over? Oh, just honestly, mate. I believe I can fly. How about shut up? Mate, I don't care. Even if that's on string.
Happen? The glitching is already scary.
It doesn't matter.
Why is it levitating?
The problem is, right, is that the glitching is so... Think about how convenient that is, that there's glitch in the video, which would then make the string be hard to see. I'm not saying it's fake. I'm just saying that convenience is always a big factor. That's all I'll say.
It was lifted by only one ankle, so it's plausible that it could be a string tied to the doll.
Is there?
Who would be pulling it?
Anyone,
After
mate.
this, the physical manifestation only gets worse. While trapezing through the corridors, he looked out one of the windows and sees this.
Oh, I don't want to do this, mate. How about...
Oh my god, that was the geese. It scared the shit out of me. No way.
What?
It's pretty blurred. The window is dirty. It's dark and he's shaking like a leaf. But there is definitely something or someone there. Understandably shaken, he returns to the main part of the building.
I don't know if I see it,
Doors
but
flying on almost every level.
it don't matter, mate, because this
is when he catches the most compelling.
Mate, I don't want to know what's about to be said. Anyway, the music with the voice that's reading, and then what's going on. No.
Piece of evidence yet, but unfortunately.
Yeah?
It's been blurred out due to something even more terrifying than poltergeist or floating dolls. Paranormies left a pinned comment under the video, explaining that underneath the blur, the video shows a clear outline of a man's figure in the nearby window. Initially, he thought it was the spirit of the old owner, as people had reported seeing a man at the window on investigations before, but the police got involved and asked him to blur the footage, as there was a high possibility that it wasn't a ghost, but a real person breaking and entering. Due to legalities surrounding investigations and court cases, he was asked to remove the segment from the video, and considering it is still blurred 2 years later, we will assume the case is still ongoing. Do you think this was a squatter trying to scare someone away from his crash pad? Or something more spiritual?
Nah, because I like the light falling and all that. Mate, I don't see that being a thing. No way, mate.
Pulling threads.
Wait, there's not even long left, mate. How we got 3 minutes to get 2 of them in.
While seemingly just trying to kick back and relax after a long day, these 2 women would have never thought there would be a third party trying to jump in on their hangouts. But that third party wasn't a familiar face.
Oh.
In fact, it wasn't a face at all. What the hell happened there? It does look like the woman in pink pushed the sewing table when she got up, but it had already started to move.
I was about to say.
She was barely resting on it. But if you're an eagle-eyed viewer, you might not be shaking in your boots after this one. Look really closely at the front of the table, just under the bottom of the wheel, where the leg meets in the middle. There's a pretty clear outline of some kind of string there. You can see it flashing on the floor, for God's sake. Now, you might be wondering, if this video is so obviously fake, why would we put it into this video? Here's the thing. The clip was sent to us specifically via email, and they sent it with no name using a proton mail. Already a bit creepy. They asked us in the email to take a look at this one because they were convinced that it is real. It could genuinely be someone not noticing the red flags throughout the video, but it seems so obvious. After we saw the fishing wire or string on the table, we grew suspicious. Could it be a debunker trying to trick us? Perhaps. Did you notice the string on your first watch?
I didn't notice
Or
the string.
Did you need a bit of help?
I did not. No idea, mate. It's still scared. I'm not gonna lie, it scared me prior to that point, though.
Say your prayers. Praying is where the religious find their comfort, protection, you name it. But for this guy, it didn't quite offer that safety blanket he needed.
No. Poor quality. No.
He absolutely cleared those chairs in one fell swoop. Can you blame him as well? There doesn't seem to be any signs of strings at all here. And how would all of the chairs fall simultaneously? And did you notice the strange figure hovering around near the black chair? It still looks humanoid, yet translucent. The capture of the video explains that in the call center...
I hate this, mate. I hate this.
Events like those happen all the
Mate, imagine you're in a room of chairs, whatever, and everything just starts falling around you, mate. Oh my God.
time. Looks like it's time to get Ghostbusters.
That comes to a close second from walking into a room and there's just a load of hooded, robed people looking at you.
The voice on the other line might not be quite human.
Shout out Goosey P. Shout out Sleep is Cancelled. What a channel, mate. Whew, okay, Sleep is Cancelled. Mate, what an introduction to a new channel from Goosey P. What a legend, mate. God, please, like I said, please subscribe. If you're not subscribed to Goose Pimples, go and do that. If you're not subscribed to Sleep is Cancelled, go and do that as well. But before I sign out of this one, I've got a quick point. Why is it that we only ever see like Victorian ghosts and women in white dresses and soldiers from World War II and all this, but why don't we ever see anything from way before? You know what I mean? Why don't we see cavemen? Why don't we see any of that? It doesn't make any sense to me. But I really enjoyed that video. So if you did enjoy the video, do me a favor, like the video. Make sure you subscribe to Sleep is Cancelled. Subscribe to me, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.